Hello YouTube, welcome back to my workbench here, and tonight, or today as it's so flipping hot, 24 degrees still at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. Tonight we're going to look at some more coupling converters or NEM pockets. Many thanks to the person that's loaned me his wagon here. This is a Hornby Seacow wagon, and if you've got sets of these, this may be of interest to you. Okay, on this particular wagon the coupling is moulded onto an arm, which you can see here. Here's the coupling, tension lock standard, and this is moulded onto an arm which runs underneath the wheel set and around the screw fixing, and a small sort of springy plastic which goes into a section in the wagon which keeps its central position. You can see it doesn't really matter much because it doesn't actually hit it, but the problem is there's not much space, as you can see, and also the coupling is moulded onto this arm without an NEM pocket, which is usually the standard these days. And if we take another look, this is a spare one I have. So this is the arm itself. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So what we want to do is remove this coupling and put a pocket on, and getting the right height for that pocket so you can use KDs and whatever choice of coupling you have. The benefit of this, you can have closer coupling, so closer rakes and fixed sets without the slack which goes backwards and forwards on these type of tension locks. So we'll have a look at what I've basically designed. So having a wagon in front of me really helps with the design process, so I can get the heights, the levels and the sizes. This one's been loaned to me to put some of these on so we can go about converting his stock over to NEM pockets, and as a small reward I print some extra samples so he can fit them himself. So from designing these, I basically designed that you cut off the coupling at this joint here where it just starts to go downwards because it's looking at the upside down. So you cut it just underneath here on the crease of the plastic. So that's cut off, just leaving this straight plastic section. These are the pockets I've designed. As you can see, the straight piece of plastic fits into this slight recess. And you may be wondering why I've got a slight indentation on the front of the pockets. That will become clear at some point in the not too distant part of this video. However, it's basically because we don't have enough room, and it takes a very, very small KD coupling, which I'll explain a bit later. So let's start converting this wagon. Okay, as you can see, I've cut off the coupling on the end, so that is the section that just drops down. So this is the flat section here, and that's what we need to keep, so we don't need this section. What we need to do is, you can check this as we go along, but as you can see, this section will fit into here. Now this has been filed and cleaned up after cutting, and this will basically fit in here. It's a very tight fit. Make sure it's nice, flat and level. Okay, so the pocket has been, it's not been glued on, but it's been fixed together as the actual fit is very tight. So I haven't glued it in, but you can see that's how it fits and that's how it sits. Now, as I mentioned, there's a small indentation, as you can see on the entrance of this pocket. As I mentioned, the space is very, very limited. So if you're using KDs, 17s is what you need, and the problem is these are quite so short that the riveted part which allows for coupling to to swing, so it uncouples like this, gets a bit lodged and locked in position on a standard coupling pocket, so hence the small cutout to allow this to move on its axis so you can uncouple as well. Now what I'm going to do is, as I advise to everybody, is test fit as you go along, and if you have a coupling height gauge from KD, even better. Okay, so just fitting the coupling back in place. Remember to put the washer this way down, so the recess is facing downwards like this. That holds the coupling in place, keeps it at the right level. You can take the coupling and bogie off with a simple Phillips screwdriver, like so. It's reasonably tight, and then that is the coupling reinstalled. Okay, the final test. Have we got it at the right level? Does it look good? Does it couple up? So we've got the KD pocket gauge on the left and our wagon on the right. So let's have a look. Perfect. So it's at the right level, looks good, right height for the pocket, and a good KD level as well. So that's perfect for me, and that works really nicely. Just got the other end to do now. So that took about 5 minutes to upgrade to an NEM pocket on this. So simple, take the bogie off, remember to rotate the coupling arm to take it out of the small pocket it's got at the end, cut the coupling off at the marker I said to, file it down a little bit, make sure it's nice and clean, get your pocket, make sure it's at the right height, clean it up a little bit, you can paint it if you wish, a small amount of super glue in the recess where the arm sits, and then simply put it back together in reverse. It's a little bit fiddly because the pocket's slightly bigger. Put it all together, put your KD in, and off we go. For this wagon I recommend KD 17s, which is the NEM type, and the right length for this particular wagon. It lines up with the buffer heads and it works nicely. If you're interested, drop me a comment below, or if you're really interested, go into the description of this video. There's a link to my Facebook page, Vectis Models, and you can see a selection of coupling converters for Bachmann mainline, Cambrian kits, Parkside kits, Pico kits, Lima, and Dapol, Airfix, etc. So got quite a few available now. There's still a few more to come, including the Bachmann bogies, which should be out in July. But if you're interested in this one, drop me a message if you're interested, and we can see if we can get these going and be made available to you at the earliest time I can possibly make some. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Keep on modelling, stay safe, and hope this helps.